Good morning, delightful 11th grade U.S. history students. Here is your first asynchronous day activity, and I've laid it out on this page, so it should be pretty easy to follow, but there's a little bit of work to get into, so let's take a look at it. First, as an entry task or lesson launch, there is a getting started checklist. If you click here, it was posted yesterday. Most of you guys have already done all of the little things on there. It's just a whole bunch of like little to-dos, like setting up your Padlet account or your FigJam account, uploading a document to Canvas. There's a student survey. You're all supposed to email me or text me in some form or fashion, and only a couple of you have. So there's a bunch of little things on that little getting started checklist that will set us up for a really strong quarter, especially if you think about this upcoming quarter, quarter two. It's got Thanksgiving, it's got winter break. There's like a lot of like little things that happen. And so I don't want to wait until after we get back from winter break to start like figuring out how to text and email each other or to figure out how to upload a document to Canvas. So let's just take care of it right now. So that's what that getting started checklist is. Double check that you've done all those things. A bunch of you already have. Okay, here's some pictures of the progressive era. Today's lesson is a progressive era introduction and vocab. Here's the learning target, or sorry, here's the standard. It's a really cool standard. It's a new one for this class. Analyze emerging means of changing society, promoting the common good and protecting rights. So essentially, the state of Washington, by adopting this standard, has decided that you should be able to learn in your history classes how to stand up for the common good, change society, and protect people's rights, which I think is pretty awesome. So that's why we're starting off with the progressive era, because at that time in the 1900s, there was a lot of stuff going on that we would just think of as a complete injustice. Things like child labor. There's two pictures of child labor here, but there was also a lot of really cool methods that people were trying out, in some cases for the first time, to stand up for those rights. And so here's an image of women standing up for, protection, but then also for the right to vote. Okay, so here's your learning target. I can analyze how progressive era reformers promoted the common good during the early 1900s. And I'm going to do this by, so here's the by in the learning target. The first part of the learning target is going to tell you the connection to the standard, right? Common good. And then the by is going to tell you what you need to do by studying the progressive era vocabulary and completing a self-paced Edpuzzle video. Okay, so those are your two tasks for today. I wanted to show you, I haven't yet, the critical inquiry question for this unit and the debate question that will connect this class with the civics class. So the critical inquiry question for this unit is, what methods have been effectively used to fight injustice in the economy? And then the debate question, and again, this is what you're going to be debating with the 12th graders, with the civics students: to what extent should government regulate big businesses and industry? So if we look back at the 1900s, this was this big era when all of a sudden a lot of regulations came into place to say, hey, you're not allowed to have children laborers, and you're not allowed to have, sell rotten meat and call it good, this kind of stuff. So the question that is very relevant to today, and we'll connect it to climate change, is to what extent should government regulate big businesses and industries? Okay, so your first job is to mess around with these flashcards. Well, actually, hold on, pause. I think it's actually better to scroll all the way down and to watch this video first on Edpuzzle. I guess it's not showing up here in teacher view, but there's a crash course introduction that is fast-paced and crash coursey, and I know it's not the best for everybody, but it's a pretty good introduction. And then so I would watch that first and then come up and study the vocabulary, because then you'll have gotten an introduction to, who is Jacob Riis? Oh, he's this guy. What is a muckrake? Well, you'll hear about that. Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, all these ones. And you click on them to flip it over. Down below, we also have the same vocab, but in matching. So you do, okay, what's a labor union? Labor organization. So you grab this one. Is it going to let me do it? Maybe it's not letting me do it in like viewer mode, but you then just kind of like click them together. All right. And then you watch the Edpuzzle video, and this video is taking too long. So I love you. I care about you. Have a wonderful asynchronous day.